Tons of new insight from T-Mobile, and we got some confirmation on a couple things. Also, some Dish news, which I think is actually going to be kind of impactful in the future. So let's get into these stories. I'll put the links for both stories in the description box of this video. T-Mobile pledges allegiance to its existing vendors, Nokia and Ericsson. And this is from Martha DeGrasse in Fierce Wireless. I can tell you right off the bat, this does not make me happy. I don't like the Nokia gear in my market. I never have. I likely never will for whatever reason. I just feel like Ericsson seems to perform better. And because my market for AT&T and for T-Mobile is Nokia for those two respective carriers, this makes me sad. I was kind of hoping that T-Mobile would explore something with Samsung, kind of like with what Verizon did. So unfortunate, but let's take a look at the details here. Okay, so in regards to the 2.5 gigahertz 5G footprint, they're looking to get to 260 million pops by the end of this year. And they're going to have to build out in, pretty much most of the areas they haven't yet to really touch. This probably means a lot more suburban, and this probably means a lot more rural America. So they'll be doing this via their contracts with Ericsson and Nokia. Notice how you kind of don't see Samsung being mentioned here. It says here, Neville Ray says that they are not working with Samsung or any Open RAN vendors, and Samsung appears to be kind of on the cutting edge. I'd say they're kind of leading the way on Open RAN. This would explain why Verizon has really explored that, and probably the likely reason why they moved away from Nokia. But it looks like T-Mobile doesn't feel the same way. He says that we love open interfaces. We are pushing hard on ORAN. We've got equipment we can continue to test. So this is, we really like ORAN, but no, we're not really doing anything with it right now. All right, and a little bit more here. T-Mobile is working with its vendors on carrier aggregation and voice over NR, which Ray said the carrier is still testing. All right, we're hoping to possibly see some more news on that in the coming months, and maybe by year's end or early next year, they'll actually kind of do that 5G protocol based voice over NR for calling, and then also the what is it, the other one, the carrier aggregation stuff that he was talking about. All right, so Nokia Ericsson will continue to be their scaling game. They'll be getting everything from them. I think the other thing here that was kind of interesting that Neville Ray spoke to was the ARPU and the company and how they generate profits. He said that the ARPU is stronger now that 5G is a significant part of the network, accounting for 45% of customer devices and 50% of traffic. So this would, in my estimation, show an exponential gain in getting customers on 5G devices that can actually utilize N71 and N41. Now, I don't know about those numbers. He's saying it, so we'll take the word of the company. But 50% of traffic seems a little high, considering that they had the slowest uptick in upgrades for 5G. But maybe that's what it is now. Maybe their aggressive promotions and free phone promos is paying out here. He also spoke to the potential revenue of fixed wireless access, the T-Mobile home internet. Anything else here that he mentioned? They can add 5G radio and supply 200 megahertz of bandwidth. So talking about the N41, it can be very, very fast. He said the traditional wireless network will never consume that extra capacity. Wow. Okay. Maybe in certain places, right? I could see this being in the case of like some pretty far stretched areas of rural America. Maybe. That's a very bold statement. He's basically saying that the network will not get congested on 200 megahertz of bandwidth. I don't know. But I do agree with him using the fallow spectrum to monetize at no additional equipment cost. It seems like a very smart move for them to generate more revenue. Biggest opportunity in the U.S. marketplace. I totally agree. Broadband is completely fragmented. He is correct there. And that's what created their opportunity. So totally agree with him. T-Mobile's fixed wireless access, their 5G home or home internet in general, available to now 40 million households, 13 million of which are in rural. A nationwide rollout is not on the roadmap. We only want to offer the service where we have a lot of capacity. That means where they're upgrading towers, where they can put proper backhaul, and where they don't have a lot of customers on these sites. So if you live in a place that has a very sizable population And to make that even more complicated, has a very heavy market share for T-Mobile. It might be too much for their mobile network to handle. They're not going to be doing the home internet to those addresses there. More details. Speaking to Spectrum and Fiber. This is what some of you out there, I think, need to know, because I see a lot of people telling me in the comment section of videos when we speak to the fiber backhaul that T-Mobile leases. Almost 100% of the fiber T-Mobile uses is leased. Why people out there think that T-Mobile owns fiber, I have no idea. I have no idea where they get this from. It is not true. They don't own hardly any of their own fiber. Neville Ray described the market as hyper-competitive. Okay, so that's good for T-Mobile, because what that means is they can choose a fiber provider that gives them the best deal and that can reduce their costs, and obviously will help them or be more incentivized to upgrade fiber when they can get a better deal on it. Hopefully they're not just being cheapskates, and they can actually increase the fiber backhaul, push their spectrum, and create really good capacity on their tower sites. He says here that they can lease multi-gig fiber for not much more than once what it used to pay for copper lines. I don't know about all that. Maybe. I don't know. That seems kind of strange. T-Mobile leases from its competitors, AT&T and Verizon, cutting them checks, as well as cable cos and utilities, so like Spectrum and all those other companies. Anything else here that is worthy of note? I think that's it. So some interesting tidbits there from the president of technology, Neville Ray. Sometimes you got to take what he says with a grain of salt. It's kind of like a liar sandwich. He says a lot of random things. Me personally, I think he's getting a little long in the tooth, and he's starting to say some wacky things that aren't necessarily true or accurate. I think he's kind of losing his edge. Let's move over to Dish. Dish files wireless device trademark application for Maverick. Woohoo. That's cool. Linda Hardesty. And this is also Fierce Wireless. The terms or the phrases, I suppose, Maverick and mmWave for possible use in smartphones and other wireless telecom devices just hit the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office database. What would Dish Wireless do? What would Boost Infinite do with these names? I think I have an idea. Maverick. I don't know if you guys know what that means, the actual word. Maverick is essentially someone who does things in kind of like an unconventional way. They're, kind of think for themselves type of people. They're just different. They're different than the rest. They buck the trend. They used to talk about John Legere as being a maverick. All right, so them using the word maverick or mmWave, I think this could potentially have something to do with either devices that go with their plans or the plans themselves. The Maverick branding maybe could mean like a first, like in the industry, truly unlimited plan with no restrictions whatsoever. I think mmWave might be for a possible hotspot. All right. So that's what I was thinking. A possible hotspot. Because it's M, maybe that means like mobile hotspot. I don't know. I was just kind of thinking aloud as I was kind of going through this article. And it would be the first of its type. It would be very maverick to create a really, truly, completely 100% unlimited mobile hotspot. No speed restrictions, no throttling, no, data caps or anything or usage restrictions. And of course, it's going to have all of it's got to have all of its bands and all that. But this would be something I think could potentially happen. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think like what I was kind of postulating could be like something that is possible, or do you think it's something else? I don't know. You guys can comment down below what you think Maverick and mmWave will be used for if they ever do find the light of day. It's possible we never get anything from them. And then tell me about some of the stuff that President of Technology of T-Mobile was talking about with this whole, Nokia, Ericsson, not going with Samsung, not really digging in on ORAN yet, and then all that other stuff about the fiber and all that crazy, the liar sandwich. I call a lot of cap on a lot of that stuff, but whatever. Sound off in the comment section below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Like, share, subscribe for more. Turn on the bell notifications to never miss an upload. Links in the description for my Twitter, email, and my Patreon page. Support us there. Get early access to content and exclusive videos not found anywhere else. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.